ambazo tumezipa kipaumbele asubuhi ya leo. Karibu sana. Tunaanza pale Mombasa ambapo taarifa zinaarifu kuwa Mhubiri Ezekiel Odero amefikishwa kizimbani mapema leo katika mahakama ya Shanzu, kaunti ya Mombasa. Hali ya usalama imeimarishwa katika mahakama hiyo baada ya wafuasi wake kufika katika ama kutaka kujua kinachojiri. Mwandishi wetu Tobias Chanji amefuatilia ama anaendelea kufuatilia kwa karibu matukio hayo, na bila shaka hizo ni picha za moja kwa moja kutoka mahakama hiyo iliyoko Shanzu. Tusikilize yanayojiri.
So you see he was addressing the court of law.
He's standing because of saying he has not addressed you. He doesn't doubt.
No. I proceed. In reply, Your Honor, the respondent has implored the court to.
Oh, in fact, I'm sorry. I'm really
Yes,
sorry.
what is it, sir?
I'm really sorry. I was instructed to indicate something, and that if you allow me, just here and here.
Yes.
Your Honor, I was instructed to indicate to the court that we are not opposed to investigations going on, and that the respondent is ready to comply, and where necessary, even assist. The respondent has in fact made a statement with the police, although they didn't close it as well, over 1 week ago, and he was not kept in custody, and he has not attempted to proceed. And Your Honor, lastly, I was instructed to tell the court that we will comply with any condition you give us, so that we don't interfere with their investigation. If you tell us to be reporting to them, we will. If you tell us to avail any documents, then we will. If you tell us to deposit a security or cash bail, we will. We therefore wanted to go on record that we are not fearing their investigation. We are ready to cooperate with them, and we are ready to cooperate with the court. I therefore urge Your Honor that dismiss the application, but so that they are not prejudiced, you can give us bond. We can make any reports either to you or to them as and when necessary, so that it is not said that it is the court which prevented their investigation, or that us. I'm sorry, that's slipped my mind before we started.
Okay.
Yes.
Your Honor, in reply, the respondent, in reply to our application, indicated to court that there is no case for detention of the respondent. Your Honor, the application before you has sufficient information to make a decision, and give the necessary orders that the respondent be kept in custody for the period we are asking, which is 30 days. In our application, Your Honor, it is premised on Article 49, among other provisions of the law. We are therefore cognizant of the fact that liberty is a right protected under the Constitution. However, Your Honor, that liberty is not absolute, and it is not protected if it is demonstrated that the activities of the respondents extends to criminal activities. when my colleague was addressing you on the nexus between the respondent and the Shakahola massacre, there's some information that was even shown or demonstrated that it is in the police file and it was shown to court. We've shown that also there is a commercial transaction between Mr. Mackenzie and the respondent. But my learned senior avoided that bit of information and just addressed you on the commercial bit. Your Honor, I submit that there is information before you that indeed there are people who have died in the presence of the church belonging to the respondent. All of us, Your Honor, I think let me say spiritual or religious organization. But that does not mean the law will shut its eyes when you commit what is contemplated to be offenses. No one is immune to the law. It does not matter the standing in society. It does not matter the persuasion and influence. Where someone has committed a crime, we shall call them out. Finally, on my part, and my colleague will address you shortly on something a bit, but let me address you on the authorities that the respondent has relied upon. Let me start with the authority of Michael Rotich, the revision by Justice Kimaru. On page 4 of that authority, the last paragraph, allow me to read quickly. It says, in compliance with Article 49 of the Constitution, the applicant was brought before court within 24 hours of his arrest. However, contrary to Article 49G of the Constitution, the applicant was neither charged nor informed of the reason for continued detention. We are here telling you why we need that 30 days we are asking for. This authority relied by the respondent is irrelevant. It does not even help the respondent. We ask you to not to consider that authority. The second authority is Betty Chemutai Kimeiwa. I invite court to look at paragraph 9 on page 3. Allow me to read the paragraph 9, Your Honor. The last paragraph, where it starts with the word in the face of the 24-hour rule. And it says in the face of the 24-hour paragraph 9.
Of course, the circumstances different.
Yes, in the face of the 24-hour rule, yes.
Of course. On the third line, I see.
Yeah, third line, yes. It says, the prudent thing to do is to delay the arrest until the investigations are complete and the prosecution's evidence has been collected, except where the suspect is at flight risk or likely to escape, or the risk of the successful prosecution of the offense, such as interference of witnesses, of evidence and witnesses, exists. And that is exactly what we are telling you. This authority also does not help the respondent. Kindly disregard. Look at the evidence that we have placed before you and grant us the days we have asked for. Mr. Jami will make a comment.
Yes. Your Honor, let me first comment on the authorities that have been shared by the Council. Your Honor, in resolving the dispute that we have, I would refer the Honorable Court to Article 49, 1G, which is cited in this authority.
Which authority?
The authority of Betty Chemutai Kimeiwa. versus Republic.
What paragraph?
It is paragraph 4.
Okay.
Counsel, when he submitted, he said we don't have a holding charge. Your Honor would need to determine whether, in fact, we didn't have a holding charge. Yes.
Sorry to interject. You said you don't have a draft charge.
Yes, a draft charge. So the court will have to determine whether indeed we needed a draft charge. And in support of that submission, he called into aid of the submissions this decision. Now I'm using the same decision at paragraph 4, 49(1)G, to highlight to the court, to this honorable court, the law that this honorable court should apply. So it's either we follow the constitution or the decision. Now the constitution at
Isn't the decision
yes,
addressing and interpreting that provision of the law, the constitution, Article 49?
so the
And is indeed binding upon this court.
yes, so the second point I'm going to make is that this decision is par incuriam. Not for you to determine, but I'm going to refer to another decision and say why it is par incuriam. So 49(1)G says, at first court appearance, today's first court appearance, to be charged, and we are not charging it today, so we don't need to have a charge, or informed of the reason for the continued detention. So the court would have to determine whether in the absence of a draft charge prevents this honorable court from informing him if the court decides the reasons for his continued detention. We submit that the court is not prevented from informing him because the application is very clear. Now, the reason I was saying that it is par incuriam, I intended to refer to a decision, although I don't have it. The decision by Justice Chesoni, which was rendered in 1982. It is reported in the Kenya Law Reports. The decision of Samuel Cheruyot, Arab Langat versus Republic, 1982. The second paragraph in that decision, and it is Mr. Hamin Mahu, Samuel Cheruyot, Arab Langat versus Republic, 1982, EKLR. So in that decision, Dr. Hamin Mahu, with respect, made the submission that there is nothing in law under the previous constitution called a holding charge or a draft charge. The learned judge Chesoni,
decision of which court?
the High Court, Judge Chesoni, in 1982. So in agreeing with the submissions of learned counsel Dr. Aminwa, the court actually deprecated that it said there's no animal in law like a holding charge or a draft charge. Now, the decision by learned Kimaru, or the decision in Betty Jemutai, was rendered without reference to that decision in 1982, and to that.
Naam, bila shaka mtazamaji, hapo ni moja kwa moja kutoka maeneo ya Shanzu, kaunti ya Mombasa, ambapo ulivyoona Mhubiri Ezekiel Odero leo hii amefikishwa kizimbani, na mtazamaji, tunaona upande wa mashtaka unataka ikiwezekana endelee kuzuiliwa kwa siku zingine 30 zaidi ili uchunguzi uendelee kuhusiana na madai ya kuhusishwa na mhubiri tata Paul Mackenzie na vile vile swala zima la maajabu ambayo yanaendelea kushuhudiwa katika eneo la Shakahola, ambapo miili zaidi inaendelea kufukuliwa tunavyozungumza. Mtazamaji, tutakuwa tunarudi pale, lakini tuangazie taarifa nyingine inayofungamana na swala hilo, ambapo wahubiri wa makanisa